Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. This rabbits breakdown video is going to be for a bonus mini episode that falls in between episode 4, Dog Lover in Hell, and episode 5, which is Priesthood 1. So basically what this mini episode is simply kind of hit the wrong button there. It's a mini episode. They're enticing people to go to their Patreon and other places. You don't need this episode as far as the series goes, but it adds a little bit of spice, a little bit of depth to the lore, stuff like that. It's all in all, it's pretty good kind of respite. The episode itself is 11 minutes and 10 seconds long. So this video is going to kind of be a one and done type thing. So let's get into it.
Ready when you are. You believe your friend was playing rabbits?
She started seeing mysterious men in gray.
What did she ask you?
She asked me how many steps to the lighthouse.
What do you know about chaos theory?
The streets were red, then black with blood.
That sounds poetic. Where are you now?
Yes, this is great. And I have found on the Rabbits Podcast website under one of the tabs where you can actually buy and download the music for this series. It's kind of cool. At some point I'm going to go get that done because it's really cheap.
The bottom line isn't money or purpose. It's inspiration.
Are we still gonna have sex?
I'm afraid not.
She believed Hazel killed Emily Masterson.
Maybe later.
For sure, later. I first heard about the game shortly after my best friend, Yumiko Takada, disappeared. I started this podcast because I want to find out what happened to my friend. From the Public Radio Alliance and Minnow Beats Whale, you're listening to Rabbits. I'm Carly Parker. Stay with us.
It's the same old intro over and over, but I like the way it's done, the way they use it. It's really nice, all things being said.
Hi Carly, so I had a question about rabbits. Obviously, what else would I be asking you about? I wanted to know how far do you think rabbits goes? Because there's been a question in my mind for quite a while.
Something I need to point out that these questions and stuff that are featured in this episode are actual fan questions that they've went and got a hold of the person that asked the question, then had him do it ask basically the same question, but in character. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, how thought out this was.
Is it specifically contained into certain areas? Do you have to be in like a certain place to be able to play, or is it like universal, worldwide? Can anybody who is able to access it play? It's really interesting to me, especially because I'm not like North American. I was walking, and I live somewhere that's quite far away, and on a street corner, I saw the sign, this flyer, and it said it had a picture of a rabbit first in the middle, which caught my attention, and there was like in small font underneath there was the words "Are you playing?" which immediately engaged me, obviously, because I'm a fan of the podcast, and it just got me thinking, like, how far does rabbits go? The flyer itself kind of freaked me out, but I figured it was probably like...
See, this is where Terry Miles and his crew have done just an excellent job of incorporating the audience into the show. It's just awesome.
Like a listener of the podcast who just was going to make promotion or was just playing a joke or something. Anyway, wanted to know your thoughts on that, and cool podcast. I like listening to it. Excited for the rest. Yep. Bye.
Hi, Nick here from Bradford University. Great first episode. I'm already hooked, but one thing caught my eye in the beginning of the episode and just wouldn't let go. One of the places where rabbits are mentioned, the back of a book in Leeds Library. It somehow seemed too specific to me. Maybe not way too specific, as you didn't give the title of the book or a shelf where it's on, but the possible proximity to it just keeps bugging. It's just one bus ride away. I just want to know if there's something behind it, even if there's not. Cheers anyway.
Hi Carly, I just finished listening to episode 2 of Rabbits, and I wanted to talk to you about a few things. Firstly, when I was in school, I read or heard something about a site with a personality test that led to a download. I can't remember where it was from, but I just kind of remembered it while you were talking about Yumiko finding something very similar. Other thing I can remember is that someone figured out that the link was actually random and not to do with your answers. I don't know if this one is the same. This is also around the GeoCities era, so be careful there.
That's something cool about this too, is the fact that these people are asking these questions basically in character, as a part of the universe that this takes place in. So it's kind of interesting, and that's basically what the episode is. But a lot of them are the same questions that I had on my first listen through. So it's just kind of, that immersion into the lore and into the Rabbits universe that makes this interesting episode.
I looked at some of the handwritten notes on the piece that starts with what does it mean to play a game, that's in the notes section on your site, and most of them relate to things that disappear. Like, the Sargasso Sea is where things go when they disappear. Sandy Island disappeared off a map. But then I looked at Whitby Abbey, and Whitby Abbey is where Dracula, in the form of the dog, arrived in England. He climbed 199 steps. Stay safe.
While doing research for Rabbits, Carly came upon an article she thought might be of interest to me, something that she thought might be related to Tanis. I thought it was very interesting, and I've asked Carly to read an excerpt from that article for us now.
this is where we start getting into some more of the frosting on the cake, where the main episodes themselves are the cake. This bonus episode is kind of like the frosting on the cake.
From Architecture Mouvement Continué, October 1984. Des Espaces Autres, March 1967. Translated from the French by J. Miskowick. Of Other Spaces, Utopias and Heterotopias. Michel Foucault. There are also, probably in every culture, in every civilization, real places. Places that do exist and that are formed in the very founding of society, which are something like countersites, a kind of effectively enacted utopia in which the real sites, all the other real sites that can be found within the culture, are simultaneously represented, contested, and inverted.
So, are they talking about parallel realities? Congruent congruent realities, overlapping realities, Mandela effect? We'll find out. Not in this episode, but we'll find out.
Places of this kind are outside of all places, even though it may be possible to indicate their location in reality. Because these places are absolutely different from all the sites that they reflect and speak about, I shall call them, by way of contrast to utopias, heterotopias. I believe that between utopias and these other sites, these heterotopias, there might be a sort of mixed joint experience, which would be the mirror. The mirror is, after all, a utopia, since it is a placeless place. In the mirror, I see myself there where I am not, in an unreal virtual space that opens up behind the surface. I am over there.
I love that little bit about, am I in the mirror or am I looking into the mirror? That's kind of cool. It's am I the reflection or am I the real thing? That's just great. Just great mind thought exercises.
There where I am not. A sort of shadow that gives my own visibility to myself, that enables me to see myself there where I am absent. Such is the utopia of the mirror. But it is also a heterotopia, insofar as the mirror does exist in reality, where it exerts a sort of counteraction on the position that I occupy. From the standpoint of the mirror, I discover my absence from the place where I am, since I see myself over there. Starting from this gaze that is, as it were, directed toward me, from the ground of this virtual space that is on the other side of the glass.
To me, it's really poetic. It's one of those things that at some point I'm going to try to find out if this is actually a real letter or if it's something that they made for the series. But either way, it's pretty cool.
I come back toward myself. I begin again to direct my eyes toward myself and to reconstitute myself there where I am. The mirror functions as a heterotopia in this respect. It makes this place that I occupy, at the moment when I look at myself in the glass, at once absolutely real, connected with all the space that surrounds it, and absolutely unreal, since in order to be perceived, it has to pass through this virtual point, which is over there.
And whereas over there, and when you're talking with mirrors, we'll find out, maybe not.
If you enjoy rabbits, you'll love our other podcast, Tanis. Tanis is a docudrama about an ancient and mysterious myth. Perhaps.
And I do recommend Tanis. I'm currently listening to Tanis. It's 5 seasons, and I'm about halfway through the 2nd season, and boy, is it great. So yeah, if you're digging this podcast, which I hope you're going into the websites and listening to it fully without the interruptions that I give on these breakdowns, and enjoying rabbits, you'll probably enjoy Tanis as well.
It's the last genuine mystery of the information age. Download the podcast The Guardian calls compelling and wildly addictive at itunes.com/Tanis or TanisPodcast.com. Tanis. It's television for your ears.
The Black Tapes is a serialized docudrama about one journalist's search for the truth, her enigmatic subject's mysterious past, and the literal and figurative ghosts that haunt them both. Subscribe to The Black Tapes by visiting theblacktapes.com or itunes.com/theblack-tapes.
I haven't gotten into the Black Tapes yet, but I'm looking forward to it. They also have a podcast called Fairies, which I believe is a Spotify exclusive, which I've excuse me, burp. I've listened to several episodes of the Fairies, and it's pretty good. So I'll probably start Black Tapes after I get done with Tanis. So
Rabbits is a Public Radio Alliance and Minnow Beats Whale production. Produced by Hollis Adams Lane. Produced, mixed, and edited by Terry Miles and Carly Parker. Additional editorial and production assistance by Morgan Stevens. Associate producers Tara Pratt and Bailey Everett. Producer Emeritus Mackenzie Howard. Executive producers Terry Miles and Hollis Adams Lane. You can support Rabbits by visiting our website at rabbitspodcast.com and clicking on support in the top right corner. If you enjoy Rabbits, please rate and especially review on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you found us. Reviews are key to keeping Rabbits on the charts where people can find our show. Thank you so much for listening to Rabbits.
and that is the end of the episode. Like I said, it's not an episode you have to have in order to listen to, in order to enjoy it. Like I said, it just adds depth and immersement into the world of rabbits. So, until next time, peace.
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?